accused of being bad or reckless drivers, but one Dublin woman has honed her skills in what otherwise would be considered dangerous driving.
29-year-old Danielle Murphy was recently crowned the drift racing Queen of Europe and is Ireland's only professional female driver in this extreme sport, and she joins us now. You're very welcome to the programme. Thank you for coming in. These are not our trophies at the front.
No, we wish.
We wish.
They're just some of yours. They are.
Yeah, just some. Just explain to us what drift racing is.
Drifting is basically controlling a rear-wheel drive car around a track, controlled, but while you're drifting, you're basically losing traction on the back end of the car, so it looks like you're skidding the car, but it's in a controlled manner.
Okay, it is in a controlled manner, even though the car is travelling more or less sideways.
Yes.
And we get a good look at it here. Now that's scary stuff. What got you interested in drift racing?
I grew up, I grew up in a family haulage business. We done mobile cranes, heavy trucks, specialised machinery. So I was born and reared into trucks and mechanics, cars. I've been driving since my legs were long enough to reach the pedals, basically.
Okay.
So the interest has always been there, and when drifting, I always wanted to get into rallying, but I could never afford it. And at the time drifting started in Ireland, it was basically seen as a poor man's motorsport.
Okay.
Why is that? Because there's no prize money, or?
There's no prize money whatsoever, unfortunately, at the moment. It is deemed to me as a hobby, but obviously my hobby has gone a bit extreme.
Are you doing it full-time now?
Yeah, more or less full-time with my car. Like, I maintain the car myself, I build the engine myself, and...
So how do you fund it?
Like steal and borrow. It is a problem. I mean, unfortunately it is. I don't have a team to back me up. Everything I do myself. So anything I've achieved to date is an additional achievement.
So it's a labour of love.
Yeah, definitely.
But drift racing is very big in Ireland, is it?
Huge, huge. It is currently the fastest growing form of motorsport in the world, even though it's not actually known as a motorsport.
Okay, it's an extreme sport.
It's an extreme sport.
How many other Irish women are involved in, or you're the only one?
I am the only Irish woman. There's
okay.
There's actually very few women anyway throughout the world doing it.
Okay.
So I'm hoping I can raise the awareness as well that women can do it.
And European-wide, you're the highest ranked woman in Europe.
At the moment, I know I have the trophy to prove it.
Yes. But you're struggling to attend these competitions because there's no prize money and you have to pay for yourself to get there. You have to maintain your own car, etc. So what's in it for you, apart from the lovely trophies?
What's in it for me? Well, it's just the love of it, it's the passion, it's I suppose it's like a drug, it's an addiction.
What we're looking at here on screen is your car, you in action.
That is my own car, yes.
Okay, and where was this?
That was in Punchestown about 3 weeks ago with the Irish Drift Championship.
Okay, so you have to compete against the guys here at home?
Oh yeah.
Okay, but even in Europe when you compete against the guys?
Yeah.
Recently when you won the Queen of Europe title, you were back behind the wheel very quickly to compete against the guys.
Yes, when I had won the battle, the Queen of Europe Championship is the first of its kind ever for women. It's a ladies' league, and it is the first of its kind in Europe aimed at women. So after women, because it's such a small championship, you know, obviously there's not huge numbers, it ran in conjunction with the King of Europe series, which is the biggest drift championship in the world currently. So not only did I win the Queen of Europe, I also finished 6th in the King of Europe class with all the guys.
Fantastic.
Wow, so how do you practice? I mean, is there a circuit here in Ireland that you can do, or what type of track do you need for it?
There is a few tracks around Ireland that people go to practice on. There's Tyna in Galway, or there's Mondello hold drift days, but personally I barely afford to compete, so I keep my hope for the best when I get out on the track that I can do what I need to do.
Now, you're not going to be able to hold this trophy, you know, for the next 12 months because, again, there's another stage to it in a few months' time.
Well, this trophy is my own. I get to keep that, and there is 2 more championship rounds. The first one is in Romania, and the second one is in Croatia.
Okay.
Currently, I am leading the championship from my points at the first round. So my aim now and my goal to achieve is to get to those 2 rounds with my own car, gather points, and hopefully take that first ever championship for the Queen of Europe and go down in history.
Okay, when you go to compete in places like Romania, Croatia and Bulgaria, are you hoping that the car you receive over there will be up to standard?
No, when I went to Bulgaria the last time, yeah, I was only given a borrowed car. I had no idea what to expect. My own car is very competitive, and going over to drive an unknown car, it's a lot of expense, not knowing what to expect. All I knew before I actually got to Bulgaria was it was a brown car, the same as my own, and I needed to find 18-inch tyres for it.
Right, okay.
That's all I knew.
Okay. You need sponsors.
I do. Unfortunately, it is, it's an expensive but doable, sport or hobby. But for me now at the level, I've built myself up now, and I'm ready to go on and take the world on. So for that, it would be nice to get a bit of help with it.
And is this dangerous? I mean, freewheeling on the side. I mean, I saw some photos of your mum with you in the pictures there. Is it like rally driving in Formula One? You're taking your life into your hands. Have you crashed? What do your family think of it? I know, it's in the blood, obviously, with your brothers, etc. But, have you ever injured yourself?
Thankfully, no. I've had one accident on track, which was about 2 years ago. I came in a little bit too hard. I was too brave because I knew I was already after getting a good result in qualifying. So I decided I could try better myself doing faster. Unfortunately, it didn't pay off. But no, I mean, you're actually more safer on track than you are in a road car. It's the safety standard in cars it's up to rally spec.
The car is travelling sideways, right? And the wheels are pointing in one direction. The car is travelling in the opposite one. You're still in control.
Absolutely.
You see, when I add all those things up, it doesn't make sense to me, but it obviously does to you.
With drifting, it is actually, when you're driving your normal car, I presume you drive,
yeah.
And with drifting, when your reactions in a drift car is actually the complete opposite to your natural instinct when driving. To me, if we are going around a track and we have clipping points, and I need to aim the rear of the car against a wall, that is my clipping zone, well, as I come in and I think, oh God, I'm going to get this wrong, or it's do or die time, the only way I can get out of that is to keep my accelerator down to the floor and keep going and hope for the best. Whereas a normal person would come in and go, oh no, oh no, oh no, and brake. And it's the worst thing you could do.
So it's just keep your foot to the floor and hope.
As I say, it's against all your natural driving instincts.
Okay, well, you're obviously very skilled at it because you are the Queen of Europe. You're competing very well against the men as well, finishing 6th in the King of Europe contest. So it will just carry on and go on.
Well, I hope so. It's been a long road. It's not been easy for me. It's been a struggle, obviously. It's a passion, it's a love, and I don't want to give it up. So when I won the trophy, the tears were not just a joy to win that competition. It's an achievement that I've gotten on my own at this point. So to me, it's a stepping stone, and hopefully it'll continue.
Well, we wish you the best of luck continuing with what looks like joyriding to me. No. But it's obviously much more skill than that. I can say you're a very glamorous drift car driver, and somebody in my ear wants to know, were you single?
Yes.